me get my gamepad. Okay. Is camera on? Okay, good. Oh, hold on. What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of LEGO Marvel Superheroes for the Wii U. Last time we did Sun Central Station. Now we gotta... That's some good amount there. Alright, so I believe this has correlations for Fantastic Four. I believe we're going to need Captain America now. Why are you still on top, Captain America? You oh, great. Well, I don't know what's going on with Captain America. Is he glitching? I can't see what's going on, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and of course I skipped out the entire process towards getting to the next level. Of course it's pretty much the same thing we saw on the PS5 version of the game. So of course nothing crazy or over the top. Anyways, and of course, while we were in the cutscene, I was still working about what are we doing, what LEGO games we're gonna do in which order, because we're going back to the PS3 LEGO games after we are done with LEGO Jurassic World for the Wii U. Because that will come after The Force Awakens. Because next up, after we're done with LEGO Marvel Superheroes, we're doing LEGO Marvel Avengers. Of course, that's the same. Well, of course, that's only on the PS5 version. But of course, that's the same game I got the Platinum Trophy for the PS5 version. Back. Well, of course, I did do some process around March to April of 2023. And I believe there was times I came back to the game just to get majority of the gold bricks. And then, of course, I was able to get the Platinum Trophy back in December, which is my first Platinum Trophy. And I'm wondering, could we be looking at the same fate on the PS5 version? Because right now, there's a lot of games I have to platinum. Because that does not require online services, just like the WWE game. Because I would say that the WWE Platinum Trophies could be a pain in the ass due to that online services shutting down. The only Platinum Trophy you can get is in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Because 2011, Platinum Online Services. WWE 12, Platinum Trophy. WWE 13, Platinum Trophy. WWE 2K14, Online Services. WWE 2K15, Online Trophy. 2K16, Online Trophies. 2K17, Online Trophy. 2K18, Trophy Online. And because all these games require online services for either WWE Live or the My Faction. As of course, over the last few days, and of course, I was working on Superstar Threads on WWE 13 yesterday, as of course, planning seeds for a possible Universe Mode series in the works. As we don't know when is it coming, just like the Wii series, we don't know yet. But of course, as I still need to get things figured out. Oh, I think it's cutscene time. Actually, it's not cutscene time. Because we got Dr. Octo. Well, I don't know how you pronounce his name. What are you doing? Yes, I know. I'm picking up some studs so we can get a true Avengers. Is that Deadpool? What is that polar bear in Texas doing? And of course, I'll tell you what I did last night. Of course, and also, I forgot to mention Saturday Night Main Event is up right now, as of course, the show is built around the King and Queen of the Ring quarterfinals matches. And if we're going to be real, I'm not even joking with you. My Saturday Night Main Event blew WWE's Saturday Night Main Event. As I would say that's got to be the worst. Of course, what I saw last Saturday has got to be one of the worst Saturday Night Main Events I've seen since its return in December. That has got to be the worst one. I'm sorry. As I would say, the first one was... Well, I would say... The first one... Well, I would say that the first two ones, even though one had the wrong outcome, even though they were able to pull a swerve back in March. But because I said when we won back the title at the Netflix World Premiere that Io is definitely taking the belt off her at SummerSlam. But then they were able to do it on a random Monday Night Raw episode. On a random Monday Night Raw episode. Which will go down as the biggest shocker of the year. Probably more of a shocker than John Cena's heel turn, based off what's been going on right now. And you know what? I gotta give a shout out to Hologram and for what he said on Twitter when he replied to history maker DJ Storms. When he was ranting that we are now heading towards a tag team match at Money in the Bank. Of course, he said that the better option at Money in the Bank would have been a ladder match. But then the question is, what would Cody Rhodes be doing? Would he be getting a match with Travis Scott at SummerSlam and then getting the rematch with Cena? Because I think there's still going to be a Crown Jewel Championship match. Regardless when Crown Jewel goes to Australia in October. So I mean, if you wanted Cody winning back, and of course many people saying, oh, they could be saving it for Cena's last match. Because the question is, how are we going to get AJ Styles? Because many people have been saying, when is Cena Styles going to happen? And of course, I refuse to believe that. And of course, Hooligan said that it should have been Cena versus Punk at Money in the Bank. And you know what? I have to agree with him. Because it would be 12 years in the making. Now, and of course, Punk is not penciled in for a Money in the Bank qualifier. And of course, we got Seth Rollins. And of course, they announced yesterday that Adam Pearce announced Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn will be clashing in the triple threat match. While the other one is Chad Gable, Dragon Lee, and Penta. I think I'm leaning to prediction being, I would say, I wouldn't be against an idea of Seth Rollins, but I really need my boy Finn Balor to be booked better. And two, I have a feeling we could be looking at a tag, possibly Seth being a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because him being in the same ring with LA Knight, I could see Roman Reigns costing Seth Rollins the ladder match. And potentially helping. And then potentially we get LA Knight or maybe Penta. Because I wouldn't be against an idea of Penta winning the Money in the Bank contract. Because I think, because we all know Penta can wrestle like a World Championship material. For those people saying Penta is not ready for the World Championship to be a World Champion. And then of course LA Knight, he proved to us at his last two WrestleMania matches. One with Jacob Fatu this year, and the other one with AJ Styles, even though he should have been in that United States Championship match back at Mania 41, at WrestleMania 40. But of course, he can wrestle like a World Championship material. And if anything, if anything, I am advocating for LA Knight to be the one to beat John Cena, not Cody Rhodes. Because according to DJ Storms, of course the first half of Cody's title win was great, but then they dropped the ball after he teamed up with Roman. And because there was no memorable moments, minus the ladder match with Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, because that was the only memorable moment from Cody Rhodes' title win. And of course, with LA Knight winning, this could be the biggest babyface reaction of the hero saving the day from the villain. But can they do it right? I really would like to hope so. Because I'm telling you this right now. And of course, they just announced Money in the Bank is going to take place on August 29th, I believe, next year. Which, I'm sorry, but I'm sad with that. But I have to ask, what's next? Is SummerSlam going to take place in October? We're doing Halloween? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. But meaning we get TLC, something in August. I wouldn't be surprised if we get WrestleMania in May, while we get SummerSlam in October, Survivor Series in January, the Royal Rumble in March. I wouldn't be surprised if all that happens within the next year. But yeah, my Saturday Night Main Event was better than WWE's. Now, of course, I want to talk, and of course, Double or Nothing and Battleground happened last night. And of course, I don't really talk about AEW that much. Even though I've been thinking about a Fight Forever series. The AEW Fight Forever series for both the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch I got last month. When me and Dad was at Kex 2 days after my birthday. Of course, that's where I got Cars 3, the Crash Racing game for the PS4. Even though it's backwards compatible, just like Cars for the PS5. And then we have Wii U for the PS3. Which, of course, we are going to get, well, depending what those, well, is their story mode. Because I'm always the guy that will be doing story mode. But yeah, people are asking, why is there not going to be a 2K18 series? Now, of course, I could continue with the Nintendo Switch series. that we did earlier in early 2022 after I got that game for Christmas back in 2021. But I've been busy with a lot of shit. And of course, we got True Heroes already, so I decided to get that purple stud. And of course, today is Monday Night Raw. As of course, I'm going to take a look. We're going to run down what's going on Raw tonight. As of course, we have a new match announced, which is a women's triple threat match, where the winner will challenge for the women's. Will be the next #1 contender for the women's Intercontinental Championship for Kiana James's Intercontinental Championship. As of course, participants are Selena Vega, Thea Hell, and Sol Walker. And then of course you have Rey Mysterio, Bronson Reed in an Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match, which you should probably name it the night of #1 contenders match. You may do that because also our next #1 contenders match is Noam Dar versus Akira Tozawa, and the winner of that match will challenge I think it's Wesley for the Cruiserweight Championship at the King and Queen of the Ring event. Of course, we need to start getting more reliance on the Cruiserweight division, more so than the World Heavyweight Championship scene. Because that title hasn't been defended since WrestleMania, since Night 2's WrestleMania this year. And that is dangerous territory as we speak. Then of course, Charlotte will be in the building to address what's next for her after her Clash at the Castle title defense against Nia Jax. But of course, Roman Reigns will, once again address Sami Zayn 2 weeks before his World Heavyweight Championship match at the King and Queen of the Ring event. And then of course, speaking of Sami Zayn, he will be in action in that main event, as he will be against Lexis King, as Lexis King looking to get back on track following his loss to Braun Breaker back at the Backlash event. And of course, we could be looking at him working his way towards another match. With Braun Breaker in the near future. And because this is what's going on today's episode of Raw. Well, what's going on SmackDown this week is you have of course Randy Orton is going to be in the building 2 weeks before his WWE title defense against Seth Rollins at King and Queen of the Ring. Of course, Alexa Bliss will go one-on-one with Bayley. Of course, Alexa looking to get ready for her championship match against Liv Morgan at the King and Queen of the Ring event. Then we are going to have a United States Championship #1 contenders Battle Royal match. Then of course we're going to have a WWE Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match between Los Garza and the Street Profits. And then of course, cutscene time. Alright, back to what I was saying. But of course, on that SmackDown, we're also going to have a tag team main event, as it will be Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins teaming up again, like they did back in January this year, when Seth Rollins, Carmelo Hayes, and Cody Rhodes was, of course, competing in the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match. And of course, that was when, on that Monday Night Raw, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Milligan teamed up against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And now they're going to team up again, but this time against Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. And of course, Cody Rhodes and Gunther are looking to get themselves a preview of what will it look like when they wrestle in the King of the Ring semifinals, as that's because their destination after their win against LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes respectively last night at Saturday Night Main Event. And of course, next week I'm gonna have to try and find a perfect time slot to get Raw, SmackDown, and King and Queen of the Ring done. Green. Alright, here we go. Octobots again? Why? Alright, can we get to fighting it? So now what do you do? I think we need to cut his legs off. As we're doing very good at picking up some studs. I don't know what's going on. Oh, fuck's sake. I hate this boss fight. Come on, make your move. Ranker. Fuck off. Fuck off. Alright, so we got time to square off. Done. Sorry for a lot of raging here. Anyways, new characters. Dr. Octopus. Herbie, I don't know how you pronounce his name properly. We get 778,730, and yes, I did turn off subtitles. As that's going to give us our 4th gold brick, obviously. Thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you all in episode 3. Thanks for watching.